How's it going, you guys? We are obviously not in my garden today. We are actually at one of my favorite nurseries to go check out. We are at the Plant Barn today. This is where I'm gonna film my Q&A. I'm in their greenhouse. It's nice and warm. It's beautiful in here. It's actually raining a little bit. I can hear the rain hitting the plastic on the top. And I don't know if you guys will be able to hear it or not, but I obviously was not gonna film a Q&A outside. And my house is just really dark. And I bribed Bailey, who is the manager here, and I said, hey, if you let me bring you an energy drink, can I come film in your guys' greenhouse my Q&A? She's all, yes, absolutely. So we're here. We're in their greenhouse. I'm actually in their back part of the greenhouse. This area that's masked off for employees only, so I feel very special being back here. This is where they do a lot of propagating back here and everything. I will show you guys this area because it's really, really cool, everything that they have. Let's make sure I'm recording. So we're just gonna jump into the Q&A now because there were some really good questions this week, and I'm excited to answer them. It was such an amazing week. We did, a Vigo install at my grandparents' house. We removed the tree. What else did we do? We got our first brand partnership, which was really exciting, and it was just a really busy week. It was a really, really good week though. So let's jump into it. We did the Q&A, it was definitely user error, that was my fault, and then we did an easy day in the garden, feeding the birds, surprising my grandparents with new garden beds, it's finally gone, the privot tree, and repotting coleus and garden supply unboxing. So it was an amazing week. It was really, really good. There were some good questions. I pulled just a few. I don't have enough time to pull every single question, but I pulled some of the repeat ones and I pulled some of the really good ones too. So let's get into it. The first video that we did was the Q&A, and the first question on that video was from Root Stone Knives, and they had said, do you receive a lot of fan mail? I was thinking of sending some seed packets out. I receive a decent amount of fan mail. I try not to open it up on camera because I don't want to push people to feel like they have to send me anything. We get a pretty decent amount. And my favorite is at Christmas time. I actually got some Christmas cards from some of you guys, and we had them hung up in our house, which was really, really fun. So we do get some mail. I love getting mail. I love getting letters. I love getting notes. So if you guys ever want to, we have a little P.O. box. It's always in the description. It says snail mail at the very bottom of the description. So if you guys want to send stuff out, feel free, but you do not have to. And I don't think I'll do an unboxing video of all that because I don't want people to feel guilty about it. I don't want people to feel like they're obligated to send out anything. But if you guys want to, it's there. We have a P.O. box. I wonder how loud that rain is. This rain is crazy all of a sudden. Next question on that video is from It's Me, Wendy, and she had said, do you ever force your forsythia? I'm cutting some this week to bring in. Yeah, we usually do it in the springtime. We usually grab a couple branches and force them. They're so pretty in the springtime. I think I might have a photo of one that we did last year when I had forced some branches. I love forsythia. I love the blooms that it brings. It's just such a short-lived plant, with the blooms, and then it doesn't bring too much interest. So we're probably gonna end up pulling ours. Next question on that video is from Judy, and she had said, are you going to paint the tube running down from your new planter box white? No, I'm actually not, because one of you guys sent me out some white tubing. So I have white tubing now that I don't even have to paint, which is really exciting. So I think Brent's just gonna end up replacing it. So maybe next time you guys see up there, it'll just be automatically replaced. I was gonna paint it, but one of you guys had sent me out some white drip tubing, so I don't even have to worry about that anymore. Last question on that video is from Laura, and she had said, I'm zone 10, so frost free. Tips for us in zone 10 are pretty minimal in the gardening world. Yeah, they really are. I would follow Epic Gardening. I think he's zone 10 also. And the amount of plants that say up to zone 8 or 9 is insane. What does this mean for zone 10? Okay, so, you could try it, but a lot of these plants need some type of chill hours, so they need a break from growing all season long. Otherwise, they don't have any downtime. So for me, roses, they do really well in our area, but I do have to go in and I have to defoliate them to force them into a dormancy stage. Otherwise, they just grow all winter long, all summer, all spring. And so I have to give them a break from growing. So, you can always experiment. I've got some things that say that they go up to a zone 7 in my garden, and I've had really good luck with it. I'm willing to test it. So I would say test it in your garden, see if it works. And if it doesn't, don't go buying some crazy expensive plant, but I would try a few things and see if it works or not. It's more a guideline. You need to look up your sunset zone. So if you're in California, Oregon, Washington, Nevada, I remember, I think it might be Texas, Idaho, most of the like states on this side of the country. You need to look up your sunset growing zone. That's going to give you so much more information. The USDA hardiness zone just tells you how cold you get. The sunset zone gives you so much more information. So I recommend looking into what your sunset zone is. And that's going to be able to tell you the amount of plants that you can grow that you thought that you couldn't grow also. There's a whole list of things that, like, say up to a zone 7 that technically we shouldn't be able to grow, but we can clearly grow them because they fit in our sunset zone. Next video was it definitely was user error, it works. And that's when we went ahead and used the Bonite Deadweed Brew. I'd used it the week prior, and it did not get good results. I did not mix it at a high enough concentrate, and I didn't give it enough time. So then we came back and we mixed it at a higher concentrate, and I gave it a whole 24 hours, and everything was totally dead, and everything is still looking dead, which is really exciting. First question on that video was from Abby, and she had said, maybe you can try a bleach solution. It works for most living organisms. I can't see why it wouldn't work for weeds. I think the Deadweed Brew worked pretty good, and it's an organic weed killer, so we'll probably stick with this because it worked so well. But if it hadn't worked, I was totally going to try a whole bunch of other things like this and like vinegar and all the other solutions that you guys had said. Next question on the video was from Carla, and she had said, hi Robbie, so what is the difference between that product and Roundup? Will you use in the back where your animals are? I probably won't use it where my animals are. It is organic, and it says that it's safe to be around animals after a certain amount of time, but I tried not to spray much of anything where the animals are at. And then the difference between this and Roundup is a synthetic, and this is an organic. So one is found in nature, one is not found in nature, and Roundup like kills everything, and it's kind of a scary product. So we don't use any Roundup at all. We just stick with we try to stick with organic, or I'll just hand pull weeds because it takes a lot of time, but I'd rather be safe than be sorry. Next question on that video was from Lucero, and she had said, thank you for sharing. How do you control the weeds in the flower beds? That's one of my major problems. Please help. The only thing I do is hand pull weeds back there. That is all I do. When I first started that garden, we had spent countless hours of pulling weeds by hand. The very first video that I posted was a 20-minute long video. It's not public on YouTube anymore. It was me hand pulling weeds, and that's all I did. And I did it for 2 months straight. I just hand pulled to get it completely under control. There was even one point where our entire garden was nothing but foxtails, which are absolutely heinous, and they get stuck in your dog's feet, and they get stuck in their nose, and we had one get stuck in one of our dog's feet, and I was like, no, we're not doing this ever again. This is absolutely awful. So I went and I hand pulled every single one of them, and then I went out with a shop vac, and I vacuumed the ground like a crazy person to get up all of the seed heads, and then a few would pop up randomly here and there, and I would get on it before they even went to seed. That way they couldn't spread. And now we don't have foxtails on our property, which is really, really nice. So best method if you have animals, probably hand pulling. Other than that, you're gonna have to look at something. I mean, any type of weed killer is going to kill your plants. So if you have plants in that bed, those plants are going to die because you're spraying a weed killer on it. It's not going to discriminate against your favorite flower versus a weed. It's just going to kill it. Last question on that video was from Tammy, and she had said, hey Robbie, have you ever tried using a hula hoe? It's quick and easy to use. I love using it for my flower garden beds. There's a tip. A hula hoe. Huge help. I've never used one, but I've seen a lot of other people using them, and it seems super easy. We're pretty minimal on the amount of weeds that we have in our flower beds now. The driveway was just a huge problem. I think with a hula hoe in the driveway it would be a problem because I would scrape up the gravel, and then under that is all the dirt, and I would scrape up the dirt. So I probably wouldn't use it there, but I've seen people use it in flower beds, and it seems so incredibly fast, and you can get around plants. So for the one that asked about what to do in flower beds, a hula hoe. We're just flying through this. All right, next video that we did. An easy day in the garden, feeding the birds. Those are my favorite days in the garden. Easy, mellow days, and I needed it. Good thing I did it because I was starting to get sick that day. And then the next day I was very sick. So this was an easy day, just fed the birds and just kind of hung out, got some lettuce planted, and actually I got some mustard greens planted, and I didn't love it, but they're really pretty. I love seeing them from the house. First question on that video was from Rochelle, and she had said, I don't like raw mustard greens either, but have you tried cooking them? It mellows the flavor significantly, and I think they are delicious. I will have to try that because pretty much every morning I have an egg with spinach. I'll definitely try some mustard greens in with the spinach and cook those. I'll get back to you and let you know. Next question on that video is from Inspiring Garden Corner. And they had said, you leave the tray on the ground, you don't have to worry about squirrels eating them. Do you put out crushed eggshells for the birds? We don't put out crushed eggshells for the birds, and we don't have to worry about squirrels. We really don't get squirrels. We have 3 dogs, and all of my surrounding neighbors have dogs, so we don't deal with squirrels, which is really, really nice. We do deal with moles or gophers, one of the two, which is kind of a pain. But we don't have to deal with it. I mean, honestly, like that tray will be empty within like 24 hours after loading it up. The birds go so crazy for it. We get so many birds. Next question on that video was from Baker, and they had said, do you have a problem attracting rodents with the bird food on the cake stand? I have to have everything up above or else it looks like a rat buffet. We don't have rats. We have little field mice, and they're like this big, and they're actually really cute. We don't deal with them so much in the like bird feeders that are on the ground. It's not really that big of an issue. Like I said, the birds are like right there the entire time. Like the second I put that tray down, they are at it, and it gets empty pretty quick. So if anything, they might like grab a few pieces that the birds miss on the ground, but we don't really deal with rats, just a few random field mice. Next question on that video is from Gracie's. I think that's how you say it. Sweet video, Robbie. Have you ever tried suet? We tried it one time. We did it one time, and the birds did not care for it at all. We actually bought 2 of them, and they ended up just like rotting and like getting moldy. The birds never went for it, so then we just buy the bird food because it's super cheap and easy, and they actually eat all of it. Next question on that video is from Sherry Berry Blueberry, and she had said, you fill up your new wagon with lots of heavy stuff. How hard is it to pull the large wagon over the rocks when it's full? I realize you are strong, so I am really asking for myself who is not so strong. Okay, the bigger wagon is actually so much easier to pull on the gravel. I think it's because the tires are wider. The small wagon would just sink in. So the bigger wagon, 100% worth it. It just rolls right over the gravel. It takes way less work than pulling the small wagon. If you're gonna get either of them, I mean, you don't have to load it up completely full like I do, but it goes over gravel really, really easy with the wider tires. Those small tires on the one that we have are like this big, and they're very tiny, and they just like drop down into the gravel, so it's kind of a pain with the smaller one. Last question on that video is from Dena, and she had said, do you store your bird seed outside? I have the same galvanized cans, and I get bugs in it when I keep it outside by the feeder. It's easier than carrying it from the garage every time I need to refill. I have to determine the best way to store it. Okay, we don't get bugs in ours. We don't get bugs in it, we don't get moisture in it, and so we keep it in that galvanized container. We keep the one for the chicken food by the chicken coop, and it's outside. We keep the one for the finches by the aviary, and it's outside, and then I keep the one that has the like bird food for the feeders also outside, and we don't get any bugs in it. That's really weird. Maybe look for one that has like a seal on it. That way bugs can't get in, like a airtight seal. I've seen some of those galvanized cans are a bit more expensive, but that way you don't have to deal with bugs getting inside that, because that would be really frustrating. Next video that we did was surprising my grandparents with new garden beds. And the first question on that was from Barbara, and she had said, do they not have a bottom on them? They do not have a bottom on them. They're meant to go on the ground, so that way like worms and the natural like ecosystem can like go up into the bed, and things as they decompose, they can go into the ground and continue to like actually feed the soil that's inside the raised bed, and then you just top it off with soil every year or so. So nope, no bottom on those ones. Next question on that video was from Novella, and she had said, Robbie, why can't you partner with Vigo too? Janie is such a sweet person, and I'm sure that she'd be happy for you partnering with them. She's told me to partner with them. She actually is the one who told me that I should reach out to them. They ended up reaching out to me, and how that would work is you guys would get so sick of hearing about Vigo. When you partner with a brand, I'm like required to put out a certain amount of videos every month, and Janie already talks about Vigo, and she has to talk about Vigo every month, and so there's that. And then if I'm talking about Vigo every month, you guys would be like, I'm so sick of hearing about Vigo. So you guys already know who Vigo is. You guys are going to hear about it on her channel, and so I just figure I don't want to like completely bombard you guys with that. You guys will get an update video, and I'm sure we'll do a video of me filling the Vigo bed and putting some plants in it, and then maybe 1, possibly 2 throughout the growing season of updates on it. So I mean, maybe 4 videos in total with Vigo on my channel. But other than that, I don't want to do the same partners as her, so it doesn't bombard you guys. because that gets really annoying. They did send me an affiliate link, which means that I would earn commission on it, but I didn't use it. I told them that I don't want to use the affiliate link. I'm not trying to make commission on that. So they just sent out the product for free, and we got to use the product. And so I'm not making any compensation on those Vigo beds at all, and I don't really plan to do like an affiliate link. So if that makes any sense. It's a very confusing world. Next question on that video is from Keely McCormick, and she had said, love your grandparents' yard, especially those rugs. Do you know where they purchased it? They got them from QVC, I think a year ago maybe at this point, and they're actually no longer selling them. My grandparents buy so much stuff from QVC, and they don't make those rugs anymore. There were so many questions on that. If we can ever find them again and we can find the source for them, I will put a link in a video and I will talk about those rugs because so many of you guys wanted those rugs. They're actually really, really pretty. Next question on that video is from Sandy, and she had said, you're a good grandson, Robbie. Thank you. Will there be braces on the interior to keep the sides from bowing in? Yeah, there were 2 of them. I don't think I showed that though. I'll show that when we go to fill the beds up. But yeah, there's 2 braces on each bed to keep them from bowing, and I saw it immediately like straighten those beds out, which is really, really smart that they do the interior bracing. I probably wouldn't have thought of that. Last question on that video was from D, and they had said, who would you jump at the chance to partner with? Well, we've just partnered with Bootstrap Farmer, which is really exciting. And then I would probably jump at the chance to partner with probably a Spoma, because I use so much fertilizer. I would probably jump at like a plant brand, either Monrovia or Proven Winners, because both of those are hands down my absolute favorites. And that's probably it. Maybe like Corona or Felco, either one of those would be really nice. I would try to keep it very, very minimal. Or if anybody ever wanted to send me a greenhouse, 100% I would jump at that. Next video that we did was It's Finally Gone. And this was like a long awaited day. I've been waiting for this tree to be gone for a very, very long time. And so I'm so excited that the privot tree is finally gone. So I think I pulled a few questions. I didn't pull many questions from this because there was a lot of celebrating. So first question on that video was from Sandra, and she had said, looks so much larger without the tree. And a great price, fantastic team. They were so amazing. They were so fast. Have you ever thought of leaving the fence down until you get the concrete walkways taken out? Thought about it, yes. I think what we're gonna do is the fence, we're gonna try to turn that into like a gate. So it'll be the small gate that you walk through, and then that side panel, what we'll do is I think we're gonna try to put a hinge on it, make it so it can swing out, because there's been multiple times that we have needed to get into the backyard and we couldn't get in the backyard because of the fence. And so we're gonna try to turn that into some type of gate. We're not exactly sure how we're gonna do it, so that way it just swings open and closed as we need to get in there, because it's gonna be a lot of work to remove all that concrete. We can't leave it down just because of the dogs. So it'd have to be something that would have to go up and down every single night. So I think that's the plan for that. Next question on that video is from Chad. Wasn't a question, it was a comment. And he had said, I'm ready to make private trees illegal to grow. Who's with me? Me. I'm with you. I hate them so much. And then I misspoke. I said that they're not invasive in California. They're so invasive in California. Somebody had told me that they weren't invasive, and I just believed it, and then somebody commented on here saying they are invasive, and I was like, I should probably look that up. So they're invasive. They're invasive in most of the United States, and they're absolute garbage of trees, and I hate them so much. Next question on that video is from Carla, and she had said, congrats. The new backyard design has begun. How long have you and Brent lived there? I can't wait to see your plans come to life. Okay, the plans might change. Like I said, everything is super fluid with me. One day I'm feeling this, one day I'm feeling that. So we'll see what happens. But we have lived there. We moved in 5 years ago now, maybe 6. I think it's 5 years. And then we've been in the garden for 4 years. And the first year was getting some of the foundation work done, and the second year was I did a massive vegetable garden and I hated it, and then the last 2 years has been getting the landscape mostly done, and now we're changing it up again. So I think 5 years we've been there, not too long. Next question on that video is from Tom Brown, and he had said, are you going to keep the wood chips from the tree you removed? It's like having gold on your property. We are not keeping that because it was the privet, and the privet had already gone to seed, and so there was millions of seeds that they had like chipped, so we're not keeping any of it. And the company that we use, they don't use like the chip drop thing because they don't want to like go drop off this and have like a million privots come up in somebody else's yard. So nope, that stuff is not staying there. The only stuff that's staying is the wood chips that came from the root ball that was like in the ground. Next question on that video was from Gardens Glory, and they had said, "Hey Robbie, glad you are so happy. Do you think you will put some kind of small ornamental tree somewhere in the grass now that you have so much grassy space?" Dena. I don't know. I'm really enjoying how open it is and how airy it is. We go in the backyard and I feel like I can like breathe, and it feels like there's so much space in the garden now. I think I need to get the concrete out before I make any decisions. I thought about doing that, but I don't know now. Now that it's there, my mind has kind of shifted on a few things, and I think it'll shift again once I get all of the concrete out. And the last video was repotting coleus and garden supply unboxing, and that was all of my bootstrap farmer stuff coming in, which was exciting. First question on that video was from Janet, and she had said, "Hi from South Africa, Robbie." Oh, hello. Congratulations on your first partnership. Question: have you tried doing cuttings from Dusty Miller? Please try. They take very easy, and now you have all of this beautiful equipment. That's amazing. I had kind of heard it. I actually have some in a vase, but the vase is like a solid one, so I haven't seen what's going on in the vase. I should probably check that when I get home, because that would be pretty cool if those started to root, because they're still thriving. The ones that we put in the champagne bucket, when I harvested the entire Dusty Miller patch, I'm gonna check when I get home. Next question on that video is from Anne, and she had said, "Oh my gosh, the pink." The colors were so much fun, and they have so many other colors too. Like they have like a whole like line that's like more like muted colors, and I really love that. That's actually from a girl on YouTube called Whispering Willow Farms. It's her line with them, and her line is really, really pretty. Okay, anyways, she had said, "And where did you get those coleus plants?" Okay, I bought 2 plants actually from the plant barn last year, and then at the end of the growing season I went ahead and I took cuttings and propagated those. So if you're in the area, check out the plant barn this springtime. They always have a pretty good selection of coleus. Next question on that video is from Charlie, and she had said, "Congrats with Bootstrap Farmer, Robbie. What size Fox Farm potting soil do you buy for $12, and which potting soil?" It is the Happy Frog, and it is the big bag. It's the like this wide, and it's like this tall. Huge bag of the potting soil. That's like, I think 12, maybe 15. Either way, super cheap. Brent said that he was looking on Amazon, and it's like $28 or something like that. It's like half that price up at Dos Amigos. And he carries the Happy Frog, and he also carries the Ocean one. I had used the Ocean one, and I really like it. It's just a little bit more expensive. So the Happy Frog Fox Farms is the one that I use. And the last question on that video was from Deb Smith, and she had said, "What does it mean to partner?" Okay, so this is where it gets really confusing. So there is affiliation, and then there is a partnership. So there is, and then there's also brands that just send stuff out. So I'm gonna go over these really quickly. This is like just a quick little lesson in it, because I don't know, I like to answer these questions and be crystal clear with you guys on how this works. So there are brands that send out products for free, and I probably get maybe 30 to 40 emails a week of brands asking if they can send out products, and I tell like 99.9% of them, no, I don't want your product. And then the like 0.01% that I do tell yes, which is probably even less than that I say yes, they can send out products. I have let 2 brands send out products before, I think 2. And then I've also let like Proven Winners and now Bootstrap. So I guess 4 brands in total, and only one of them is a partnership, and then the 3 other ones have just sent out products with no requirements for me. So I had this brand, they sent out these speakers. I think I had like maybe like 600 subscribers at the time, and they're outdoor speakers, and we still use them all the time. They'd sent them out. I absolutely still love them. And they were like, "Hey, just make a video if you get time." And I said, "Okay, cool." So I made a video about those. We use them every single summer, and they sit outside all summer, even when it's raining. They're amazing. But I didn't make any money off of that. That was 0 compensation. It was just products for free. And then there's affiliation, which means I get an affiliate link, meaning if you click on the link, I earn a commission if you buy something from that company. So like I'm affiliated with Amazon right now, meaning so like if I link something to an Amazon product, you guys will like go down in the description and it says affiliate links, and then you click on one of my descriptions down there, and if you buy something from Amazon, when you've clicked on my link, I earn a commission on that. And then there's a partnership, and partnerships can go two ways. You can have an affiliate link and they can pay you, or you can do where they just pay you. Bootstrap Farmer is just paying me. I'm not getting like a commission off of things that I sell. I told them I don't want it to feel salesy. I don't want to feel like I'm pushing products. So I'm not like, go buy, go buy, go buy. So they pay me a monthly rate, and I have to create a few videos every single month for them until our contract ends. We've just signed a short contract, so that way both of us can decide if we're really happy with working with each other, which I am very happy working with them. Bootstrap Farmer has been a brand that I've been buying since 2022, which I didn't realize it had been that long. I looked at my orders 2 nights ago to see when I first ordered from them, and it was 2022. So that's the only reason that I partnered with that brand, was because it was somebody that I've known for a long time and that I've loved, and I've actually trusted their products. And that is the only way I would ever like jump at a partnership with a brand, is I would have to know the brand, I would have to know their product, and I would have to like be willing to fully stand behind it no matter what. So that's what a partnership is I'm getting paid and I don't earn a commission, and they send me out products and I can make a couple videos for them. And that actually really helps me to be able to continue to make more YouTube videos and to be able to like slowly start stepping away from my job, which is really exciting, because this is getting exhausting, because I'm working probably about 60 hours a week right now between doing hair and YouTube videos. Like the garden video that we did at my grandparents' house setting up the Vigo, that was probably like in full production, probably took a total of about 7 hours to like between emails back and forth between the company and like bringing the products down to my grandparents' house, setting it up, editing the video, publishing it, and doing all of the like behind the scenes thing. It was probably like a 7-hour thing for like, I think it was like a 15-20 minute long video. So there's a lot of work that goes into making a 20-minute video. And so the brand partnerships help me out a lot to be able to really start doing like better videos and higher quality videos. Like I just ordered brand new mics, which I'm really excited about. This partnership has paid for the new mics that I needed. And I think eventually, you know, we'll be able to get a drone, but a drone cost, the one I think I was looking at was like $1,000 or something like that. And I need things like, I need a new editing software. That's $300 for editing software. So it's very expensive when you start really getting into YouTube, and it takes a lot of time. So I hope that kind of gives a little understanding on partnerships and affiliate linking and all of those things. I always want to be crystal clear with you guys on how all of that works. So I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. I am enjoying being in this greenhouse. I'm gonna go take a look around and see if there's anything that I'm gonna go home with. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.